Here we are going to learn about the trunk. In this topology, we have created the two different VLAN 10 and 20 on switch 1 and switch 2. And here, whenever the PC0 sends the traffic to PC2 that belongs to VLAN 10, then switch 1 must set a tag of VLAN 10 and forward to the switch 2. Similarly, for the VLAN 20 devices also, it should forward the frame with the tag of VLAN 20 so that next switch can recognize the frame. But the concern is that when we created the different VLANs and assigned to a particular interface, that is SS port, then that doesn't contain any VLAN tag, and that is your on-tag interfaces or the on-tag port. It only forward and receive the information or the traffic of related VLAN. If it belongs to VLAN 10, then it is going to forward and receive the information of VLAN 10 only. But it is not going to carry the any other tag if that is a SS port then. So to transmit the different VLAN tags from our interface, then we need to make this interface as a trunk. For the trunk, we have the two different encapsulation protocol. One is ISL and another one is .1q. ISL is Cisco proprietary and it's not recommended now, so we use the .1q. And .1q has the standard of IEEE 802.1q. So on the frame, it is going to set a tag over here. So here you can see on this frame, this is a through a trunk interface, it is going to carry the VLAN tags. And .1q also carry the VLAN tag from 1 to 4094 VLANs. So let us go and configure it. Here we have created the same topology. So let me configure the VLANs and assign to the particular interfaces. Here I created the two different VLANs, VLAN 10 and 20, and now let me shift the interfaces. By default, we know that all the interfaces belong to the VLAN 1, so let me shift the interfaces. And as per our topology, we want to shift the interfaces of app0/1 to the VLAN 10 and app0/2 to VLAN 20. So let me go to the next switch and configure the same thing. Here also we need the two different VLAN 10 and 20, and we need to assign to the interface app0/1 and app0/2 respectively. Now let me shift the interfaces. So as per the topology, we have app0/1 and 2 assigned to VLAN 10 and 20. Here we did the configuration, but the concern is that if I try to send the traffic from the PC0 to PC2 that belongs to the same VLAN, it will not forward by default. So here you can see the packet is not forwarding. So what I need to do is that I need to make this interface as a trunk. If you see here, then the particular inbound packet doesn't carry on none of the VLAN tag. It's just a simply Ethernet frame only. So let me make this interface as a trunk. By default, this interface is in DTP, that is dynamic auto. So here you can see the administrative mode is dynamic auto. So what happens? It can negotiate the trunk. That means if another side is a trunk and if it is forwarded or forward the information of different VLAN tag, then it will negotiate as a trunk automatically. But if you want to configure manually, then you can configure it. So let us configure it. Gig 0/1. In new switches, you can just configure the switchboard mode trunk. Otherwise, on the older switches, you need to manually mention the encapsulation protocol as well. And here we mention the .1q. So let's do the same thing on the switch 2 also. And it has an interface of gig 0/1. So let me check the interface. So interface trunk. Here you can see that it is allowing the VLAN of 10 and 20. And it is encapsulated as a 802.1q. So now, if I try to make the communication to 10.20, then I am able to make the communication to it. And if I see the packet, frame, then here you can see the inbound traffic is just an Ethernet frame that is on the SS port, and the outbound is of 802.1q. So it has set the VLAN tag as well. On the inbound, it's just an Ethernet frame. Similarly, PC2 also able to make the communication with the PC3. So PC1 also VLAN 20 devices will also able to make the communication to the next VLAN 20 devices. Here you can see they are able to make the communication. So this is how you can create the trunk interface.